What is happening, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
I think we are officially live.
Happy Monday.
Hope y'all are having a good day.
Hey, Roberta from Southern Illinois. Hope you're well. There you go. That's better. Hey, Gray Mountain Farm. Hey, Tinker's wife. Hey, Karen. Hey, Grammy. Hey, Gray Mountain Farm. Hey, Mommies. Hey, Brandy Lynn. Hey, Our Tiny Acres. Hello.
Oh,
so glad you're all here. Yeah, turn that down.
It's not. You gotta do it.
Okay. Got it.
Hey.
Hi, Sharon. Hi, Idaho Hoosier. Hey, Mama Hen. Hey, Bub. Hey, Georgia Peach. Goodness. So many people from so many different places.
Y'all rolling in quick tonight. Hope y'all have had a good Monday and hope you had a good weekend. We missed you all.
Yes.
It was a little quiet around our posting videos this weekend. Really, we didn't miss one. We just didn't post one over the weekend, which we normally do. My mom came down and had a really good weekend. She's not the reason we didn't post, but we do have this, like, everybody will tell you when they're here to visit, like, go ahead and shoot, do your thing. It's fine. But it's just something about us. Like, we would really want to be present when people are here. So we try to not take the camera out. However, when we do have those moments, we do stories, like, those quick, just right there stories. We post pictures, stuff like that. So make sure you're following us on everything, and you're looking for more than just our YouTube video. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube stories, all of those. I think we have it almost set up to where we do one video and it posts on all three stories. So if you're not on some, but you're on the others, you should get them all. But just make sure you're catching all that stuff if you're missing the Stivers fix. We're usually somewhere.
Yeah, we got a lot done too.
A lot done. That's honestly the biggest reason that we didn't get videos out. We were in like crunch time, and weird insider fact. Shooting a video delays your productivity, like off the charts. Not like something crazy to where it's like a problem. It's just when like your list is really piling up. Sometimes you have to get it done and then come back and shoot, kind of thing. And we were kind of facing that moment this weekend and still are at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Sunday night dinners with Deborah. Hey, North Star. Hey, Angel.
Hey, Mom.
Hope everyone's doing well. But yeah, it was a busy weekend, and we have a busy week too.
We do. It's never not busy, right? I mean, that's kind of how it is on a homestead farm, especially in the spring. It's always really, really busy, and that's okay.
Yeah. Hey, Springfield. Robin said she got her salve, and Monica did too. I'm so glad that everyone's getting their orders that were shipped.
That's awesome. Last Monday we announced having the comfrey and the calendula salve available, and Jen worked her butt off and got a buttload of them ready. You all sold them out, both of them, by that evening. So like at this time we announced it, and by that evening before we went to bed, it was sold out. Like, that's amazing. Y'all are awesome people.
Mr. and Miss Catch 22 said, Jen, love the look tonight. That top is cute. It's at a Stitch Fix. It is.
It's a romper.
It is it's a shorts romper.
Yeah, you'll get to see it because I don't want to put her on the spot and make her like fashion model. You'll get to see it in the video tomorrow. You get to see the full romper action. It's awesome. I love it. So I'm
really into rompers.
Yeah, we've talked about Stitch Fix a few times on here. Like, I'm not a fan of it. Like, it is not for me.
No.
But for her, it's awesome. I mean,
and the kids.
Yeah, and the kids. Like, they really get some good stuff for them.
If you would have asked me 2 years ago if I would ever wear a romper, I would have probably laughed in your face. I really like them. They're so comfortable, and especially for gardening and stuff. I mean, it's, I wear a lot of leggings and yoga pants because it's like full range of motion. But
that's what I was going to say. Full range of motion. No belt, no buttons. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, Christmas fan, Mom of 4. Good evening to you too. Jessica said, I love Stitch Fix. It's magical. I don't know how they do it. I don't either. Because the stuff they send me, I would never buy. Ever. Yeah. I would never even try it on. But somehow they always get it right. Hey, Grace.
Loving Life Farms. Is that Andy? No? Did y'all I think you changed your names. Hey, guys, like, what video did you mention Winnie the Pooh in? I am honestly not sure. I saw you post that, if that is Andy. And I was trying to look back. It was actually like in the middle of a video. Like, it wasn't the main topic of the video. So I tried to search back. I couldn't find it. But it was, man, I don't know. I don't know. I was looking for it. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, I figured as much. I don't know. I'm not sure. I had to keep searching.
Find that said you should try the yoga pants.
So, right, I need some free range of motion.
One time when we went skiing, he actually put on a pair of my leggings because they were like Under Armour material, wet dry.
Yeah, they weren't. No, they were like sport.
Yeah,
almost underwear.
Yeah,
right. Kind
of
like long.
They keep you dry. So he put them on to put under his ski clothes, and I was like, "Oh my lord, no! Take those off! I can't."
I got too much stuff going on.
They're comfy though, weren't
they? They were comfy. You do have a free range of motion. I'll give you that much.
You do anything.
Anything. I'll tell you what. I could probably jump over the electrical fence in those things instead of having to swing my leg over.
You get a run start out of you, jump over the moon.
Right. Free range of motion. You can do whatever your legs will let you do.
Oh my gosh.
Don't picture too hard.
It's not pretty, Chrissy. It's not pretty.
Ouch.
It's a weird thing because he doesn't wear anything tight. So this is a real weird picture. Oh my gosh. Tinker's wife's at my age. I go for comfort 99% of the time. Same. Always need to be comfortable. You just never know what you're going to have to do. Okay? If you get a sticky situation and you need to be able to have full range of motion, you got to have full range of motion.
Got to.
And rompers give you that.
And dressy. Like you got free range of motion and you look like you could go to a 5-star restaurant.
Unfortunately, nobody got to see it. I guess it'll be on the video, but
yeah, it'll be on the video.
We took Wyatt to baseball, and it was one of those where you just watch from the truck kind of thing. So I was like, "I'll wear my romper," and didn't even get out.
When they practice just at a field at a school. It's not like at a baseball field, but the games are every Thursday and Saturday, which are really messing with our farmers market. I think we're gonna wait until it's over and then get back going. Because it's only a month of baseball and they play every Thursday and Saturday. It's boom, boom, man. We don't want to miss that for him. So that's going down a whole nother rabbit hole. But yeah, it's busy with baseball.
Georgia Peach, thank you so much for that super chat. Hey, Mother Udder. I hope y'all are doing well.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, newbie stutters. Awesome. Tamara said, I have a daughter that lives in leggings. I mostly wear shorts because it gets hot too easy. I'm going to do that. So
Can I tell something funny on Jen?
I know what you're going to say.
Are you good with it? So when she got pregnant with Wyatt, before then she would wear jeans. She would wear all those things and stuff. When we got pregnant with Wyatt,
better.
Right. She got into maternity clothes. And as you do, right? And you realize that. It makes sense. Well, I could tell somebody was really enjoying the maternity clothes because then once Wyatt was born,
they were so comfortable.
But they still look like jeans. Yeah. And this was back before jeggings and stuff like that. Those things weren't popular yet. I noticed that I was continuing to help her fold clothes, and I was folding these maternity pants after well after Wyatt. After we're back to normal. And I'm like, babe, when are we gonna put these away for the next round? Yeah. She looked at me like I wasn't planning on ever putting them away.
No, they're comfortable. Why would you?
I said they're maternity pants. She's like, just because it has a name on it, don't mean you have to follow the rules. Who wrote the rule book on when you cannot wear maternity pants? It's I guess you got a point. But it's got elastic all the way up to here. I said
it did get hot when summer came. It got a little hot. Too much elastic.
So that's when the yoga pants came in, and they just never left. And so, fun fact, literally until we got Stitch Fix, Jen had not wore something with a button since on the bottom half since before Wyatt was born.
Why would I?
Why would I?
Why would you want to be uncomfortable if you have the choice to not be?
Oh, goodness. Hilarious.
So now, actually, we talked about this when we first moved here. They discontinued my yoga pants. So that sucked. I had to go down a whole new route and find out what in the world I'm going to wear. Well, Stitch Fix started sending shorts, and they have buttons. And it turns out they weren't as uncomfortable as I remembered. So I do wear them.
She does.
I do. And I'm proud of myself.
Whole new world.
But now it's summertime, and they came back with the rompers. We don't need a button.
Yeah, her entire Stitch Fix.
Comes back, we might do a button.
Her entire Stitch Fix was dresses and rompers, and I'm like, hey, I can dig it. They look cool.
I love dresses. I would rather wear a dress any day.
Yeah.
I don't care what I'm doing. If I can wear a dress, it's so much more comfortable, especially in the summertime. I love them. So yeah, I have a whole closet full of rompers and dresses. See, everybody agrees with me. Good.
Yeah. No, at first I was like, this is kind of crazy, but now I know it's just a thing. Like,
Thank you, Lavender.
Even if you see somebody in jeans that you think are jeans, they're usually not.
Yeah.
Like there's so many fake style jeans out there now. It's hilarious.
Wyatt doesn't like buttons either on his shirts or pants. He despises the buttons. Tyler said that they make men rompers.
I don't know. We might have to get one, Tyler.
Oh, that would be fun.
It's funny. It tried to block that comment.
That was weird.
Yeah, same dresses are where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah. That and rompers.
All right. Anyway, yeah. No more about that. So we do have a story for y'all later today. It has something to do with this. So just get ready for that. And it's pretty funny. It's a little bit shorter one, but it throws a pretty good punch. Yeah, so make sure to ask your questions in the comments. We, being gardening season, we get a lot of comments or a lot of questions sent our way. So we want to make sure that we spend time to answer those if you have them. Grace, I saw you ask how the new guineas were doing. They're doing great. They are still in the garage. Yeah. Those little things, little when they come, and they take a little bit longer to get bigger. But I'm going to be working on the corn crib because that's going to be their coop. As soon as we can get this garden fully planted, because that is a struggle for real.
Yeah.
Then we'll shift focus to that.
Yeah, I saw today that today and tomorrow are kill days, which if you don't know what that means, we do plant by the signs. And
moon and signs.
Yeah, and it makes it so difficult because we're finally dry. It's not raining, and it's finally past frost date. I think we can confidently say that at this point.
Yeah, we're good.
And then it's kill days. So it's what the heck?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We might just go for it anyway this time. We're in crunch time. We have this is the latest that we have ever been still planting a garden.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked out.
But if we really, sorry, Linda, what kind of pigs did you say you raise? They're called, you pronounce them Kune, but it's Kune.
Yeah.
We have her kitchen garden planted, and that's been planted.
Yes.
It's mainly the massive, commercial almost style garden that we got going on.
I don't call it a market garden because it's not. I mean, it is for us too, but kind of the market garden.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I mean, when I'm planting it, I'm thinking for selling for the most part, but then also canning. But we did get all the tomatoes planted, but we have a major pest problem, which I am working on a 2-week video for you all because I'm testing something out. But I want to see if it works and then give you all a review on it.
Yeah.
Not a paid promotion. We bought it. But you all have to stay tuned for that. We did get the zucchini and squash and all those stuff out there. Yesterday, we got all of our flowers planted, which was a bunch of them. A bunch of zinnias. Oh, and the elderberries.
Yeah.
We got the elderberries out there.
Finally, we committed.
All the perennials are in the garden.
Yes.
We have committed to all of them. It was just nuts.
And I'm happy. I'm happy with what we committed.
I am too. I'm happy where they are.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on. Thankfully the apple trees went through no shock. They're good to go out there. Blueberry bushes, cherry bushes, they're all good. So I mean, we've been planting like crazy. It's just we have a massive amount to plant. So the biggest thing that's on crunch time is our corn. We need to get it in the ground.
Yes.
Our peppers, our bush beans, any kind of melons that we're going to plant, which are still up in there because I didn't really plan well for that. There's more. There's more.
Paragon Ridge Ranch said, tell me about the elderberry. I'm nervous to put mine in the ground. So we picked a spot that is well drained, but also gets a lot of water.
That's your number one thing for elderberries.
Yes.
They love water.
And this part that I'm about to say, I'm not totally happy about, but it was kind of the direction we had to go. So we planted them on the fence line, which I'm nervous about for the birds, but I mean, it's going to be a long while before they get established. So hopefully by that time we can have plans for some kind of netting or something. And hopefully the dogs will, keep the birds out, and hopefully the birds will go to the better things like the flowers,
keep talking.
The flowers, or I don't know, the other blackberries. We have plenty of blackberries.
We can also net them.
Yeah.
If we need to.
Something like that. But well drained, but also a good spot that gets plenty of water.
Yeah, kind of where the water drains to, kind of thing, but doesn't hold. So that's your biggest thing. I mean, if you have a marshy area, that's going to be where you want to plant your elderberries.
But not too marshy. You don't want it to be a swamp all the time.
Right. You do want it to dry up, but if it holds a little water, like they'll be fine there. Yeah. April, y'all going to the Homestead Conference in Virginia this October? You're talking about the Homesteaders of America. No, we won't be there. How long before dark do y'all put your chickens up? I don't have an automatic door yet. You don't put your chickens up; they'll put themselves up. Seriously, that's not sarcastic. They're just going to run around. They know their timer. They'll put themselves to bed.
Once they're in there, then you can close the door.
Yeah.
Our smaller ones, they go to bed probably right at dark, I'd say. So it's not dark yet. It's only 8:15. So probably around 8:45, 9ish, they'll all head in.
Yeah.
And then we just go and close the door behind them.
Yeah, and they change with the seasons.
Yeah. We've tried to rush them, and if we do, they take off and end up who knows where.
Zach, how can you do farm tours and flip-flops? I would end up in the ER. I could be on naked and afraid with my feet. my feet are so tough. I walk on. I mean, raised in Kentucky, right? We don't wear shoes around here. So it's no skin off my back. I mean, goats trample them all the time. But I do have a fun fact. Like when I grew up, I was always out in like shorts and stuff. My dad was like in jeans, and like everybody he knew was in jeans, and they're farmers in jeans. And I looked at her. I said, "Here's what I have figured out. All those farmers that are always wearing jeans like all the way through the heat of summer are not gardeners. They're livestock people. Because if they're a gardener and them jeans, they're going to have swamp booty. And you know what I'm talking about, something awful. And they're going to get the chub rub. And so they are not gardeners. If you're a gardener and you're getting your hands in there so much, you're wearing as minimal clothes as you possibly can because it's hot out there.
You know, it's funny you say that because yesterday I had on yoga pants, my last pair with the holes in them that everybody loves so much. I had those on because it was a little bit chillier. It wasn't too hot. And I walked through the field after we planted our flowers. And I had so many ticks after that because they crawled up my pants leg and then like attached themselves inside my pants and then were crawling all over me. That never happens when I have shorts on because I can see. Mm-hmm. And if I see one crawling at me, I just flick it off before they get attached. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to wear pants out in that pasture anymore.
And it keeps the chub rub down there.
Yes.
So a lot of people are laughing about chub rub. So let's give a preliminary story about chub rub. If you're not familiar with that, y'all know what we're talking about. The inner thigh rub.
It's like chafing. That's what people
whatever. It's chub rub. So funny enough, she was pregnant with Light again. Like back to pregnant with Light. We were in Gatlinburg. This is way back, obviously. Well, it's almost 8. And we were going to the old mill with Grammy Karen, who's her mom, and her stepdad, Graybeard. So was it Raylan or Wyatt? It was Wyatt.
Was it Wyatt? Yeah, it was Wyatt.
Okay. So
maybe it was Raylan. It might have been Raylan.
It might have been. It was one of them. She was pregnant. So we have been Gatlinburging it, pigeon forging it up all day. And if you've ever been familiar with that, it's a lot of walking, a lot of steps, a lot of moving.
It was hot.
And so we went to eat at the Old Mill, which is one of our favorite places to eat. Well, it's always busy, always. And of course, this was pre-COVID, so it was like really busy. And so we had to park really far away. Well, she was like really deep. It was getting really close. And so, I mean, she out here, she had the waddle, the penguin waddle going, you know. And I'll never forget it. The day I die. Me and Larry are well ahead. Karen's like in the middle. She's like, I don't want to leave my daughter behind, but like I also want to get in line. But Jen's like way back there, just cruising. Probably not the best husband at the time. It was our first child. Should have stayed with my wife. Well,
he's ready to eat.
Yeah. Larry looks back. He says, "What is wrong with you? Why are you not coming?" She said, "I got the chub rub." And it was the first time any of us had said those two words together. And Larry just bursted out laughing.
He just kind of looked at me like, what did you just say?
Karen just is like confused. Like, what did I just hear? And I just keep walking like, don't surprise me none. It was flipping hilarious. She said, I got the chub rub.
I got the chub rub.
Oh my goodness.
It happens to the best of us. But rompers out. What were we even talking about before that?
I don't know. We were answering questions. Yeah. So from there on out, it's the chair rub. You get the rub.
Oh my gosh. I had to go through the kids' clothes today, and I was getting rid of old stuff, old winter stuff that doesn't fit and won't fit by next winter. And Wyatt, he had a pair of actual swimming trunks. He usually just swims in shorts because he doesn't like the knitting. Yeah. And he actually said it. He's like, no, that netting's going to give me chub rub. And I was like, okay, I will cut it out for you. I'm not going to throw away swimming trunks, but I will cut the netting out for you.
Yeah, it's like a normal just vocabulary term around here. Easy up there.
Sharon said, how tall is your loofah? My loofah is not doing well. And I don't know why.
Well, it's healthy as can be.
Yeah, but it's not growing. And it's making me mad. Because at our old place, 2 summers ago?
I grew quick. But it's like your birdhouse cord is taking off.
The birdhouse cord is taking off.
I'm actually starting to think that it's an issue with the carrots because they're getting taller, and I think it might be shading the loofah. So we might need to pull.
I'm going to take the carrots out. Yeah. I didn't thin them, so
and they take forever.
But they look so pretty. They were the first thing to come up. They were the first green that I had in my garden. So I've let them stay, but I never thinned them, so it's just going to be a hot mess.
Emily Durkin, do you guys use cast iron? Have you done a video and might need help? We love cast iron cooking. We've slowed down on doing videos with cast iron cooking, but like in our early days, we did quite a few of them. Now we haven't done any videos on how to treat them, but if you're going through like a rust situation or any kind of things like that, just always reseason them. There's different things that you can do that people have plenty of videos on, like dipping them down in like what is it, like some kind of something, I don't know, or whatever it is to get the rust off, but we just continuously retreat them. So what I mean by that is if you're having an issue, you coat it all in oil, you put it either directly in a really hot fire or you set that bad boy on 400 in your oven and let it cook. That's just going to continue to retreat it and seasoning and give you that non-stick out of them. But yeah, we're like ginormous cast iron. Chipping. Okay. If it's chipping, it might not be real cast iron. But I assume that would probably be some form of rust that maybe is chipping, hopefully, and it's not the cast iron itself because that shouldn't chip. I would just try to reseason, see what you got after that, see how you're looking, and go from there.
Melinda Sizzland said, add a chocolate mint to my sweet tea today.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds
But that was good.
I'm trying not to touch mine. I'm trying not to eat it because it's trying to get back established, which is doing really well, but there's not much, and I'm trying to keep myself from eating it all when I'm in the garden.
Yeah, Emily, sorry, I didn't mean to break any bad news there, and it probably is. It might be something else that's going on there, so don't go throw it away.
Don said I have 7 loofahs. They're not growing either. My cucumber are bigger. Maybe it's a bad year for loofahs. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. Maybe fertilize it. I don't know. I'll try that and see. But I am really disappointed because the last time they all took off. But it's got to be the carrots. They're getting really tall.
Yeah, they're starting to shade it.
I'm gonna take them all out because I gotta have my loofah. That was the whole reason I put that trellis up. I just wanted the greenery.
But then did you just say it or did somebody else say it? I mean, we go through this every year, right? We all think it's not going to make it, and it's not going to do it. The next thing we know, it's here, and then right before frost, we get all of our things, and we're all good. So that loofah, you learn patience, like almost more than having a kid.
I'm not going to give up on it.
Yeah. What's up, Hank? How about you, man?
Hey, Hank. Hey, Stringfield. Can't remember if I already said hi, but if I didn't, hello. Hey, Urban Bucket Homestead. Awesome. Hey, Pamela.
And Gina, Black Barn Blossoms. We got both sides of the Hamiltonville over there.
We have not seen the cicadas yet, but you saw that they were in Louisville today?
Yeah, so one of the weathermen posted on social media that they were out and like they took over all over the place. I'm dreading it.
Me too, but man.
It's going to be cool, but it's also going to be
I don't want it to be like that picture that you showed me because we won't be able to be outside. Yeah. If those things fly at me or Raylan or Wyatt, it's just going to be over.
I mean, the person's not going to make it is Grant Karen. Love you, Karen.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't come to the mountains.
No, they're here. They're here.
Where are they?
In the ground.
Oh.
The soil temp has to get warm enough for them to come out. They were.
Providence Home said that she was getting them so she's in. I think she's right over
Indiana.
right over the bridge. Oh my goodness. Maybe they haven't made their way down. south yet.
They're here.
Right, but they haven't came out yet.
Yeah, right.
So you would
right.
think that would be the opposite.
I know.
It's warmer here. I don't know. I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen because I can't do it. I can't. I won't go outside.
Yeah.
Right, Veronica, exactly. I'll beat the crap out of myself keeping them off me. Yeah. I'll fall. I'll break my other ankle. Like, it's just going to be bad. Ugh, I hate bugs. And I hate bugs that fly into you when they don't even know that they're doing it. Like June bugs, I cannot stand them. I know they don't hurt you, but they're so stupid and they fly into you and then you're just freaking out. Charmaine said, "Did they eat your gardens?" I don't know.
No, they're not trees, because that's what they're gonna attract to.
Oh yeah, I did see that. A lot of people were saying to cover trees.
Yeah,
like fruit trees.
They'll tear down a tree. But they're not gonna get on your tomato plants and stuff like that. There's so many of them. The tomato plant's not big enough. But I was still keeping an eye on them. I mean, our story today is about a crawdad.
Yes.
So, what do I know?
Laura, my ankle's doing good. I don't know. We're just going through stages, ups and downs. Today, it was really hurting, and I don't know why. And it's starting to bruise again. I don't know, but I can walk, so thank God for that. That's about it. We actually went to Pinnacle Point with his mom, which is a place that we like to take people when they come. And I walked up to it, which was good, but it was paved, so I can do that. But if it's like rocks or, uneven ground, I have a hard time.
Yeah.
But if it's pavement, I do just fine. So I don't think we ever actually talked about this, but it was actually what they call a skiing accident. Actually tore the ligament in my ankle. And it's like an X that like holds in your ankle bone, basically. And I tore it. So that's the popping that I kept talking about.
It like holds it down. So when that one popped, because you had one stayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when that one popped, like her foot, like almost like dangles.
Yeah. But that's the popping that I kept saying that nobody understood. And everybody was like, "Oh, it's broke if you're hearing popping." I'm like, no, because I can still use it. But yeah, it's my tendon. So every time my foot turns a certain way, or it gets to gets too much at an angle or like sideways or something, it'll pop. My tendon will pop out of place. So that's fine. But overall, it's okay.
I've been reading comments about bugs. Y'all funny. Yeah, June bugs they're the daubers, right? They smack you in the face. Like this hard bug shell. Stink bugs are the fave around this family. They love the stink bugs.
Oh yeah.
Gnats, the gnats they're just
hey,
so
Adele,
bad.
We miss you too. Hey, Granite Gardens.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, we have gnats really bad on our porches.
Stop trying to ski in the mud, Chris.
Yeah, basically. It was a ski. It's what they call a skiing accident because I squatted down and it popped.
And like kind of how
it's
they
what
lean.
Skiers do. I'm like, I don't even like skiing. I used to.
That's a whole nother story. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. Did we talk about that one? Yeah, we might have to bring that one back to the vault though, because it was so long ago. I guarantee most of you all don't know. Like a few of you all remember, but there ain't many.
Who gets a skiing accident in Southeast Kentucky?
I'm getting out of a side to side.
Oh my gosh. Wear your boot when your ankle hurts. Yeah, I've thought about it. I probably need to do that. I kind of swore it off after it made me mad one day.
All right, we're 30 minutes in. Y'all ready for the battle story that I was challenged with last week?
Oh, hang on. Laura said get yellow light bulbs for the porch. It helps for bugs. That's really interesting.
We have yellow. We have them right there by the garden, so hopefully it helps.
Well, we need to put a yellow one on
in the porch lights.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ooh, might have to do that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, them no Sims and chickens are the worst.
Yeah.
All right, story time. So I posted the picture. It was one day last week. A crawdad, whatever you want to call them, you can call them. I call them crawdads. What do you call them?
I don't know. It's just
You call them the wrong things, but you call them.
I think I said crawfish one time, and he like jumped all over me.
It's here. It's either a crawdad or crawdad. Period. There ain't no crayfish or crawfish over here in Kentucky. Y'all keep that down south. So I posted that, and I wanted you all to see it because it's going to lead to the story. So I didn't tell the story in the post, but it was quite funny.
Sharon said crawfish.
It's crawdad.
Teresa said crawdad.
We can have this talk all day. It's crawdad.
Crawdad or crawdad?
Crawdid.
Crawdid.
D-I-D. Not D-A-D. D-I-D.
Very specific.
Very specific. All right. So it's early. I'm out doing chores, doing like I always do. Get the animals done. We get the chickens, the meat chickens done. Let the dogs in the backyard. Feed and water the guineas. Water the greenhouse. And now I have the new garden. So we have to go check on it and take care of it. So it was liquid fish time. So I went down there with my sprayer and I had my liquid fish going. They're all going.
I know. Some people are saying mud bugs, but that makes a lot of sense because of what they're doing in our yard.
Right.
I like that one.
Well, they're creek. They're normally in the creek, but yes, any area with the water. Anyways, I call them delicious. Yes, they're very good too. Got a bad story with that one too. Bad. Oh. Okay. So I get down to the new garden and I'm starting to spray for my liquid fish and everything. And I'm going down the line and I'm starting to notice some chop, chop, chop on my plants. Like the tomato plants are just down. Not all of them, but just like they're cutting leaves and they're just down. I'm like,
oh, like Edward Scissorhands that came out.
Yeah. And like making designs out of my tomato plant. I'm like, what is this?
What is happening? Some crazy person coming to my yard and chop down all my tomato plants.
Who's trimming my hair over here? What's going on? And so I keep going down the line. I'm like, why are there so many just...
You know, the first thing I asked him, I said, did you sleepwalk and go cut down your tomato plant?
Because I do sleepwalk sometimes. I haven't done it in a long time. I think that had a lot to do with stress. I haven't done it since we've been here, right?
Yeah, no.
Probably do it tonight now.
I think you've been doing
I woke up in a hot tub one time at the old place. That was a real weird time. All right, so pause the crawdad story. I wake up and like this. I'm giving you the brief version. I wake up and like it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I open my eyes and I know something ain't right. And I like don't move my body. I just kind of move my eyes, and like it's nighttime, and I'm outside. And then I realize I'm wet, and I lay down. I'm shoulder deep in the hot tub. Talk about scary, right? Could have drowned in the hot tub, sleepwalking. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking at the stars, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I hop out real quick, and I run. I don't know how long I was out there. I was wrinkled.
It was the middle of the night.
Yeah, all I know is I was wrinkled. I come running back in, and I don't know like what to think. Like I'm a little bit freaking out. And she wakes up. She's like, "Why?"
He got in the bed, and
I had dried. I had like tried to dry myself off. I had changed. I
said, "Why are you wet? What are you doing?" This was like, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
He said, "I just got out of the hot tub." I said, "What?" He said, "I just woke up in the hot tub and I just got out." I said, "What do you mean?" So like I'm half asleep and I'm like, whatever, no big deal. Like he's probably sleepwalking in his mind. Like he wasn't actually in the hot tub. He thinks he was in the hot tub kind of thing. So I went back to sleep. I woke up earlier than him the next morning and I like had a glimpse of it because I was half asleep and I was like, did I dream that? So I got up out of bed and I went and looked in the back and the top was off the hot tub and his clothes were sitting on the ground next to it. And I just started dying laughing. I'm like, oh my God, he was really in the hot tub.
Yeah. And before too many people worry, I didn't turn the hot tub on apparently. So like it was one of those blow up Colemans like before we had our actual nice one. So the thing was cold. Like I could have went to hypothermia. But yeah, anyways.
No, he was not on Ambien.
I've never taken a painkiller in my life.
Walk really bad. Ambien's not a painkiller; it's a sleep medicine.
Well, that too. Whatever. I've never taken medication in any form or fashion in my life. Is what I mean.
No, he just used to do it really bad, and that was one of the worst ones.
Yeah, we determined it to stress.
Yeah.
Which was causing it. So yeah, there's refrigerators, there's wood burning stoves. I've peed in both. Sleepwalking. That's usually what I did. Yeah. When I sleepwalk is I would just use the bathroom somewhere. And that
not what we were supposed to do.
That is because like we had a compost toilet and I never used it for number one. I would always go outside to not like take up the room of the thing. And I think that had
when he would wake up half asleep, half awake, he knew that he was supposed to go outside.
Right. But sometimes one time I found the fridge, one time I found the wood burning stove. That's weird.
Box.
Right? Yeah. That one wasn't so bad. Like if
there's a top on it and he appropriately used the hole.
If there's one that like you have to have an issue with, like if you're going to do it somewhere else, like that's like the best case.
All you got to do is take that and just dump it.
Yeah,
so, whatever.
I don't know. Fun fact about me. So Fine now.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Let's hope that this didn't jinx anything. I mean, it goes all the way back to college. I try to use the bathroom on my best friend's laptop in the middle of the night. It's weird. Anyway, so stress is free now. Back to the crawdad. So I'm sitting there watering and doing my liquid fish and everything. I see out of the corner of my eye something moving slow, but it's moving. And so I know just from experience, like, because my first thought in my mind is snake. That's a snake right beside me because we are like close to the creek. It's wetlands and it's getting hot. And I'm like, black weed tarp, snake. That's a snake over there. Yeah. So I'm trying to like be real cautious and not make it like a jerk move. So I glance over real slowly and it's the crawdad. So I haven't fully moved and I've caught on to what it is. And, you know, they walk backwards. And he just got his claws down. He's just walking backwards, but he's doing it real slow because he sees me, and he's trying to like be a spy and sneak away from me. Well, when he sees that I see that he sees and we see each other, he goes. And if you have seen crawdads, y'all know what it is. Like they act like all big and bad. They ain't gonna do nothing. But he like put his claws up and he just stared at me. He just stops moving. I said, bro, come on, dude. I was sitting here thinking you might be a cottonmouth beside me. You're gonna try to like just go at it. You just gonna try to go at it like that, right? Like we can't like mingle together and be cool together.
No.
I said, now if it's
full on defense mode.
Right. All right, tough guy. Let's put the guns down because I kind of like pointing mine back at him.
Right. Quick
all right. Everybody calm down now. Hey. Put yours down. I'll put mine down. All right.
Nobody has
to die here today. Ain't nobody got to be a hero. Let's just put the guys down. I had a full-blown conversation with this crawdad.
Also, like, try not to hurt his ego.
Yeah. And then, like, we like started like slowly moving him down. He would like go up and I go back up. Hey. What we doing here? I thought we were cool. All right. Hey. We're gonna be like that today, okay? And so I finally just. After like spending way too long talking to this crawdad, I just start going back to my liquid fish. He stays up. Mm-hmm. He stays up, but then he starts moving. Just like working his way back, kind of like he does. He's holding on to him though. He got him aimed right at me. He's like, "Bro, I'm ready. If you ready."
Poor little baller.
Yeah, but he finally worked himself off. I was like, I ain't gonna bother you, buddy. I said, now if I come back out here and I figure out it's you on the tomato plants, we're gonna have a problem. I do know what's in the tomato plants. That's the pest control video that y'all see later. But that was our short little funny moment. I came back and told her, and she was cracking up.
Picture, and I said, "What is that?" It's a crawdad. I said, "What? Where are you in? Like, are you playing in the creek this morning? What are you doing?" Thought you were watering the garden in the creek. He said, "No, it's in the garden." I'm like, "Well, that makes no sense, but it doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me one bit."
Yeah.
I'd be more surprised. I woke up with my head out of the carpet. There's a crawdad in our yard.
Christmas vacation situation right there.
In southeastern Kentucky. I mean, you know, we can't have a normal pest. Can't have a squirrel. Maybe a crawdad. Whatever.
Yeah, we do need a T-shirt like with a crawdad holding two guns. Hey.
Why can't we just have something normal?
But we are
something that we can figure out how to get away.
Right on the outside of our fence is a creek, so it's not surprising that they're in that area.
They're everywhere. So they like dig little holes, and they put the mud in little piles beside the holes. They're really organized. They're really quite clean.
Yeah.
And those little holes are everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world?
So we got a lot of holes. I was just going to tell you, we got a vole problem. Not a mold, vole. Well, it might be a little bit of mold too, but what's really getting us is voles. That's what's really tackling us down. And anything that's underground, good.
Well, it's surprising because when you see what's happening to the tomato plants, you would think that it's a crawdad because they are literally cut. They're chopped. Mm-hmm. Like they're not eaten, they're chopped.
Yep.
But apparently that's a vole.
Apparently it's a vole thing too. All right, so
tell me about the zinnia.
Oh, that's when I got mad. Okay, yeah, so I got real mad at this crawdad because at the time I thought it was him. So after we had our standoff and we like came to a mutual agreement, and we put a treaty out. Everybody signed, and we were good. And we were like, you do you, I do me, boo boo, right? And so the next morning, like now I'm on it. Now I'm like, I got this crawdad chopping up my tomatoes. I don't care if I throw one in a pot.
Right. Like in the middle of the yard.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna show an example of it. So I go back out there, y'all. That night, I planted the first zinnias of the garden.
We had started from seed.
Yeah, I put the 3, and this one was already bloomed.
Yeah.
So I put 3 on each end of the tomato bed, and then in the middle of the tomato row, I put marigolds. Marigolds weren't touched. All the zinnias without a bloom weren't touched. No more tomatoes were touched. But that one zinnia that had a bloom, Dot snipped at the bottom, snipped it right at the freaking top of it, and cut that bloom, and he left it beside the plant. Right beside the plant. I called her. I said, it is on. Treaty off. I'm going to war.
That's where fighting words.
And I said, he can eat my tomatoes. I got 70 of them. But this zinnia, it is on like Donkey Kong right now. I said, I'm about to get him. And then so I don't want to run. Right at the top. Right at the top. So what we're doing is something for all underground pest rodents, including crawdads, because I'm not 100% certain that he's holding up to his duty on the treaty. And I think he is involved in this situation. I think him and the Voles have super secret meetings, and they like figure this stuff out on how they're going to ruin my garden. And when they went to the zinnias, game on. So, yeah. And then the next morning, he actually chopped the whole dang thing.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to rub it in.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, no biggie.
Then they cut and come.
Right. I was like, no biggie. He wanted to make a bouquet for his woman crawdad. Right. You know, like he wanted to like put it up for her. So that's cool. It'll grow back. But then he cut it from the daggone bottom. I was like, now we're having a problem. So I got something. We're going to see if it works and hopefully get rid of all the voles, moles, crawdads, snakes, all the rats, mice, whatever else is in the ground out there by my garden.
It's everything. It's just all kinds of things. We actually had a groundhog that lived in our creek, and he would come across the driveway, and he would go down to the other side of the creek, and I named him Phil, and I used to talk to him every day. And I saw that he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So that was sad.
I quietly thought in my head, at least another freaking
I told him, I said, I haven't seen Phil in a couple of days. Like, what's going on? And then we went to town or something, and he was on the side of the road, and I was like, oh, Phil. My poor little buddy.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully he has some offspring.
I saw somebody said you need to plant castor plants. Yes, that's a great idea. Castor plants, castor oil, garlic are all good things to have to help keep the underground guys away. But I'm trying something first. We're going to see if it works.
Lola Granola said, how do you deal with mice in the compost? So we haven't actually set up our compost area yet, but we
had it at the last place. Mice ran it all day on time.
But that was when Kiki would hunt, so she would keep them out. But now,
but they were still there. Every time I'd go put some in, there was a mouse running through there. To be honest with you, don't stress about it too much. It's compost.
It's really not much you can do.
Right, it's going to be an active spot that you have going on. Once you set it, you're going to be flipping it, and it's going to get so hot that they ain't going to deal with it. Don't stress again too much about that. I mean, if you want to, you can put some repellent out, or you can actually just put traps out to try to get them out of there. Or what I'm getting, you can try it out. We'll see. Stay tuned to that video.
I really hope
because you can probably stick that right in the compost, and it might work. You know what? That might work.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
If it doesn't, I don't know what we're gonna do.
No, I'm gonna be planting all the things. I'm gonna castor all the entire yard.
Oh goodness. Candace, you've been asking about salves. We don't have any right now. We will always notify when we do, though, but it'll be a little bit, and then we'll have some more posted. But right now, the Etsy is empty. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Christine Simmons, I'm about to bring a shotgun out and probably a 6-pack and sit there and wait.
Yes.
And if nothing else works,
just catch it one by one. Then we'll have a whole crawfish.
I don't care about that.
Oh, I said crawfish.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. At least, I mean, if you don't want to say crawdad, say crawdad. Don't go crawfish.
He won't let me have a crawdad bowl because he doesn't like them.
It's because I do like them, but I got really sick on them. I can't go back to them yet.
Can't go back.
And that was a long time ago.
Can't go back to it.
Yeah, like real sick. But I mean, I don't care if I blow every tomato out. At least I blew them out. Right. They're not going to get them.
Right.
Like, I mean, if it gets to where they're really taking it down, we're gonna blow something up.
Yeah, I wonder if this sounds really mean, and it's not like me, and I really don't want to do it, but could you put like a firecracker in the hole?
This is what Caddyshack did.
Oh, it
but,
is?
Yeah, but he used dynamite.
Well, we don't want to do that. Maybe a firecracker.
A firecracker's just gonna scare them, and then they're gonna come back.
That's true.
We got like 12 acres over there.
So when we first moved here, sorry, I keep moving the mouse. Daisy and Zena and sometimes Ellie, they would catch the voles, and they would like basically torture them, throw them in the air. The cat would catch them, all kinds of stuff. Daisy went a little bit too far one time, and she ate one, and it made her throw up. And ever since then, she hasn't touched them. So now they're not scared anymore. But man, that really helped when we moved here, because they were, they were just taking them down like it was their job.
But they won't leave the garden away.
Yeah.
Or leave the garden alone. Jen, we may be. We may be.
Oh, that'll be
if we do, we promise we will record it. No, we'll get it under control.
Hey, Monica.
Seriously though, for anybody that is like starting gardening and doing this different stuff, so we knew we were going to be challenged a lot this first year because it's a new area. Even only being two hours away from where we were, we knew we were going to face a lot of different stuff than we faced at our old place. So we built her, smallish. It's still pretty big, but her smallish kitchen garden,
which had bullfrogs in. So that's fun.
Huge.
Imagine that surprise.
Man,
you're out there
again,
and one just hops over your butt.
That was freaking today. No, that was a snake again. Like at some point, I'm gonna lose that fear of first instinct.
And then there's gonna be a freaking
and then it's gonna be a snake. But I was we were replacing the little light bulbs in her lights because we brought them and a bunch went out. And again, side eye, I saw the tarp that we had underneath, big move. And I looked down, it was a bullfrog like this size. It was huge.
Yeah.
Never seen one that big. But anyways, what I was trying to get at is if you're a first-time gardener, even second-year gardener, or just fresh gardening, or you're doing something new, like we go in and almost expecting to lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it as a teaching moment on learning on what we're dealing with. Like, what are we facing? What are we going to deal with? So the next year we can plan better. Because really, we couldn't plan at all.
Yeah.
We're just throwing stuff in the ground to test and see what happens. Mm-hmm. So we may win, we may lose, we may meet in the middle with the pest.
And a lot of people say, and a lot of people even told us, they said, don't do a garden this year. Wait, get your soil tested, figure out the amendments that you need or whatever, and then plan for it next year. But we just couldn't do that. We can't wait. And that's why, we do have my garden. It is raised beds. It is amended soil. So we know that there's not going to be any issues there. But we have all this pasture and this whole new place, and to not throw something in the ground just doesn't make sense to us. We can't wait. And, it might be wiser down the road, but I don't think so, because we're still going to learn from our mistakes, and we're going to learn about this place no matter what. Even if we don't do a soil test, we're going to learn about the soil, and we're going to learn about pests. We're going to figure it all out by experience and not by just sitting and waiting. I don't like sitting and waiting and watching. I can't. Yep. I got to at least be active while I'm watching.
Right. And two things that your soil test isn't going to do for you. It's not going to tell you got voles in your yard. Right. It's not going to tell you that there's crawdads chopping zinnias out. So these are things
that are like personal attacks.
Right.
You only find out.
Right. And you learn so much by watching your plants too. Like a tomato plant, if it's staying green and healthy, that it has the nutrients a tomato needs. But right beside it, your zucchini and squash could be yellowing, and maybe you need a little bit more calcium in that area.
Right.
So to us, our plants tell us what our soil needs, and then the rodents are really going to let us know. Yeah. So the only way to truly know what you're working with is to plant something in it. Not downgrading soil tests. Do them if you have the time for them, but don't make that stop you from planting.
Right.
Even if it comes back and say you're deficient in some area, and you're like, well, I can't plant until I do that. A lot of times the plant itself, when it dies back and goes into your yard, is giving the nutrients that soil needs. So keep that in mind as well. But the biggest point of that is don't be too hard on yourself if, say, your entire garden dies. We may lose 70 tomatoes if we can't win this battle.
But we'll still have six. And
that's okay. We'll see what happens. We're not going to give up the fight. And I can tell you one thing, we will win the war.
Yeah.
It might just
eventually.
It might just sacrifice all the tomatoes by blowing them up.
Right. It's fine. It'll work out. No, but that is a big thing. And what we have out there, those beds that we have tilled, which that's another whole thing. A lot of people don't like to till, but We do. They're also not permanent. So, like, everybody says watch and wait and figure out where you want to put things. And we just can't wait. So, we still have those same plots next year. Probably not. Maybe some of them, maybe not. Probably not after we have to blow it up. But, at least we grew something. And at least we spent our summer in the garden, and the kids spent their summer in the garden. And, they're at the age now where we cannot afford to waste a year of gardening, because they're learning so much and their little memories and their minds are expanding. And if mommy and daddy didn't garden this summer, they would probably lose all hope of it and all the knowledge that they have. And we can't risk that. So.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
A lot of people had good suggestions, and you're probably completely right. One thing I've been thinking about is, once we're in the winter, is setting up some pig areas and throwing some pigs up in there to try to really disturb the home of all this underground stuff that we get going on, because they'll destroy it.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about getting 2 feeder pigs, the not coonies, to kind of give us that in between time for the coons. Coonies, I've been my own mistake. So that might be a good spot. Throw them over there and let them really tear that up for a while to really disturb it. So that might be something too, but that won't be till winter. Yeah. We're gonna still fight them until then.
Yeah. At first, I thought when we first moved here that we wouldn't be able to put pigs in the pasture, because I thought it was going to be too sunny. They'd be too hot. My goodness, though, the shade. So I think it'd be fine.
Man, we got some trees, and I love them.
Some trees.
I told her, just
shade.
When we was back in Frankfurt, all we had was cedars.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, the sycamores.
Yeah.
Sycamores. That was the biggest tree we had. We came down here, and everything is huge.
Oh my goodness,
so tall, and I love it. I've always wanted big old trees that are so tall, and we got them now.
Y'all have no idea how much fun that we have both had. Not only identifying the trees, but identifying the yard. I walk out in the pasture, and I've got my little app out, and I am just taking pictures of everything. I have learned so much, and we couldn't when we first got here because nothing had leaves. And,
right.
Everything was pretty much dead. But now that things are sprouting and there's leaves and there's blooms, oh my goodness, I never, people would talk about foraging and that they had all their stuff on their property or on their friends or whatever. We didn't have anything.
No.
And here, it is absolutely endless. There is so
tell them what
much.
You found. First off, Miss Stone Cabin, you two are the funniest show in cyberspace. Thank you, $10.
So much.
Thank you so much. Tell them the exciting find that we found yesterday.
Which one?
The root beer.
Yes, sassafras. I love sassafras. I grew up with sassafras all over our property.
And I knew we had little ones because when I mowed, I could smell it. But I didn't know we had anything established until yesterday.
So we used to go to Wildcat, which is in London. We used to go riding there all the time. And always on the trails, I would find sassafras. So I told him, and elderberry. Elderberry's everywhere out there. We're only, 40 minutes from that now? So I told him, I said, I know we have got to have sassafras and elderberries. And I found sassafras yesterday, and I'm so happy. Haven't found any wild elderberries yet, but there are blackberries everywhere, and I am so excited about it. I just hope I can get to them for the deer do.
Yeah, that's
it. Man, I love it. We have cane. Cane everywhere.
We actually went with Graybeard and Grammy Karen and cut some cane poles down over the weekend. So that's really exciting. So a lot of people asked about these trees. So we do have maples, but not the ones we talked about.
Yeah.
So we do have 2, I forget what color maple.
I think they're sugar maples.
Sugar maples. Yeah. Of course, we have our black walnuts, which we already knew. Mm-hmm. We have American elms, which are the ones that gave us the little bitty floaty circle things, not the helicopters.
No, they were little
circle white things.
Satin.
Yeah. So we right in front of our porch are 2 elms, and the one beside it's an American elm is what we're assuming, because it's a little different, but it's still classified as an elm. So we're making that little bit of adjustment there. We have the biggest tree we have, which is my favorite tree. I wish it was something a little bit more exciting, but it's a poplar. Yeah. And it is
huge. It is so big.
So big. It's my favorite tree that we have.
Hey, Lorena.
And there's so many more. That's the thing. In our old place, it was either cedar or sycamore.
Yeah.
It didn't change.
Or just underbrush.
Underbrush.
It didn't amount to anything.
Yeah. And so that's it. And then we were weeding her garden today, her kitchen garden. And I saw this little thing. I was like, this looks like an elderberry, babe. It was right beside her deal, and I pulled it up. It was a freaking walnut.
Yeah.
So I guess because our soil was dropped under one of the walnut trees, in that time before I got it into the bed, a walnut had dropped into it. Yeah. Put it in the bed, and it freaking sprouted.
It sprouted.
And we had a black walnut sprouting there. Now,
it's not going to be good.
Yeah, that was cool, but also not great. But it's nowhere near our tomatoes.
No, it was in the bed.
They're not good for tomatoes. They will kill them.
So now that we know that, The next time we have soil dropped, we will not have it
put
dropped
underneath
under the
tree.
walnut tree.
Yeah.
But we're learning.
Again, learning situation, right? Now we know that's not a good spot for soil because that's walnut tree.
Veronica, the app I use, let me look what it's called.
Plant ID or something like that?
It's called Picture This.
Oops. Did not mean to click that. Hopefully y'all are still there.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
It's called Picture This, and they'll try to get you to like pay for it. You don't have to. Just keep Xing out.
See, now she says that I downloaded it and it's making me pay.
I have to show you the way around. There's a way around.
Yeah, but that sassafras was exciting.
So exciting.
And I had wanted to get her out there. I kept forgetting. Every time I mowed, I would smell it, and then I would forget to mention it to her. But yeah, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah. We have maple saplings everywhere. They're all over the yard. Honeysuckle, which not as much honeysuckle as we used to have.
Which is weird.
I'd rather have more blackberries than honeysuckle, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, what else? We have plantain, mullein. What are the little yellow things I found?
The buttercups? That's not good.
No, not the buttercups. I found them yesterday. I can't remember what it was called.
Buttercups.
Oh my gosh, funny story. So he took out the bok choy from the greenhouse.
Oh yeah, hilarious. So hey,
I'm like walking around.
Let me do the pre, and then you tell what you did. So in the greenhouse, and I didn't really notice about bok choy, but like when it goes to seed, like it's just rotting.
Yeah,
like, that was weird. It's weird. So
I
was like, I need to get this out of here. So I pulled it out and I just threw it like I'm like makeshifting a compost pile. It's probably not gonna be one, but I'm like, hey, why not? So I threw it beside the greenhouse, and then we go back out there a couple days later.
Yeah. So I have an app. I walk around the yard because every day there's something new that's blue. So I'm walking around and I'm on the side of the greenhouse, and he was in it. He was doing something, and I'm just taking pictures. I'm like, oh, what's this pretty yellow thing? And I take a picture and it said wild mustard. So I yelled at, hey, we got wild mustard. He said, what? I said, we got wild mustard.
I said, I got mustard in the green stock.
Everywhere. It's right here. I said, I know I've seen it in other parts of the yard. That is so cool. I said, it's brassica. Because he even told me on the thing, like, it's a brassica. We have it everywhere. I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm about to harvest all this. So, and not even have to grow brassica.
So I come outside and I look at her and I look down and I look down at that and I look back up at her and I was shaking my head. I said, baby, that's our bok choy. It's bolted. I just threw it out here. So
it says it's wild mustard.
I said, so don't always trust that app.
Well, it said it was a brassica.
It was close. It was close.
To be in the yard.
It was close. I'll give it to him.
I was so excited. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh.
I was like, it's literally connected to the bok choy.
Should I harvest it?
No, it's bad. Stay away. What's up, VW Family Farm?
Oh my goodness. So funny though. I was so excited. I thought for sure. I'm like, oh my gosh, wild mustard.
Off the hook with Nia. Now you can join all of them. We don't pin it at the top. I think a lot of people do, so it's easy for you all. Sorry about that. If you just go to our channel, we're about to wrap up here. There should be a join button. Thank you if you decide to.
Mike said, have you ever tried to grow a goji berry plant? We have not. Mm-hmm. That would be really cool. I want to get into more berries. I need to plant my strawberries and my green stock. And then we have the cherry bushes, which that's not really a berry, but we are excited about that. So you can grow a cherry bush. How cool is that? You don't have to do like a whole tree. And they're supposed to be like really, really good, like candy.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool.
Really put a really awesome friend sent to us, and actually kind of honor Mark with it.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, if y'all hadn't seen it, like way back, one of our good friends that we met through YouTube, Mark Abra, passed away I guess not this year. No, it was this year.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Yeah, right around Christmas at the end of the year. So a lot of people that knew him are planting sunflower gardens. If you feel inclined to maybe throw a sunflower down and just say that's for Mark, that would be awesome and cool. We planted a bunch of them. We got sunflowers everywhere. He gave us a lot of seeds, but all we have left is Kajari melons. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of melons started, a lot of pumpkins started. But like I said, I didn't really set up a good spot to do those. So we might try to sell all of them besides the Kajari melons. Yeah. And so we're going to try to find a place to plant those just for him because it's his seeds. Like that's the last thing that we have. So we're definitely going to get those in the ground. But if you knew Mark or just want to do something nice for someone that's passed away that touched a lot of good people, plant a sunflower for him.
Yeah. And like you said, we're doing the cherry bushes kind of as an honor and remembrance, which we put those in the raised beds just because we want to make sure that they do thrive and we don't want to like actually mow over them.
We have a bunch of things. We planted a bunch of sunflowers and the tilt area where I won't mow because it's right beside my zinnias. See, that's how she gives me.
Yeah, now we can like go put a little bench out there, a little
Yeah.
sitting area, and just always have that as a remembrance.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
Honestly, a lot of the kitchen garden I feel like is in remembrance of him. Like a lot of the stuff you planted, and a lot of things that you and him would talk about. Like, funny enough, he used to call us after every Monday night.
Yes.
Like we would sit there as soon as this ended, he would call us. One, talk about you all in chat, and then talking to us about the stuff that we're doing.
I can't believe you said that.
You're right. Like, can you believe that one person said that about y'all?
No, you say I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, that's right. He said, "Girl, I was looking at Jen. I thought she about to bust a bolt." It's funny. It's just it's always good to remember. So sunflowers, we'll look at them, we'll have the bench, we'll remember him, we can think about him and have stories like that we just told you all. So just a thought. If it's something that you feel inclined to do, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
And we would love to see pictures of it. Post them in the Stivers Tribe.
Yes. Charmaine, I said that, and I'm glad you said it because he didn't really acknowledge it when I said it. He looked at me like I was crazy about growing the melons up the sunflower stalks.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
The three sister planting, I get it. So you can do it with melons. I definitely understand it.
Why not? We can try it.
Yeah, we can try it. But the thing is, I still don't have I plowed one big area for corn.
Right.
The rest are rows with grass in between. So maybe we can do it in a single row, but we're gonna have to have our due diligence on making it stay in the row. I mean, they're 100-foot rows, so there's plenty of room. But it's a straight line. I really should have done another plot like the corn that's going to be for melons, but I didn't. And now, because I like to till several times to really keep the grass down because it's a brand new plot.
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough time to do so.
Yeah, Three Sisters is the squash, the corns, and the bean. He knew that. You gotta look over it.
Well, no, but it's the point. That's what I meant. Take out the squash, add a melon. That's what it means, or the pole beans.
The sunflower stalks would be strong enough to hold. Hopefully, which I think they would. And we actually planted them on the fence line, so if we needed to add support, we could. That might be really cool. Might have to do that.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm excited. I mean, might as well, right?
I tell you one thing. We're not going to let them die. They're healthy, awesome plants. So if we don't sell them, we're going to put them in the ground because we got some really pretty pumpkins and squash and different stuff out there.
Yeah. It'd be better than just letting them rot in the greenhouse. Why not try it?
Yeah.
Yes, Sharon, he did.
Yeah.
My zucchini bread.
Yeah, if you haven't, I mean, I think his YouTube channel's still out there if you're just interested in it. It's the House on Avera Road. It's Avera.
Yes.
Avera Road. If you want to go watch him. He did a challenge between her zucchini bread and Living Tradition zucchini bread. And that was a great video. But all of his videos are great. He's hilarious. You'll laugh your butt off. But it's 9:02.
That was fun.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the live. Thank you all for joining. We had another awesome live. There was about 900 people in here at one point, so that's amazing. Thank you all for watching. We got a good video coming. We got come say bye real quick. We got a good video coming for you all later or tomorrow. So it'll be tomorrow afternoon, and we have plenty of stuff to talk about. Just come say bye. Just real quick. Bye. Bye. Love you. We love y'all, and we will see you tomorrow on a video. Bye. Happy Monday. Happy gardening. Bye.